please join me in welcoming our two new executive producers of Supergirl, our showrunners, Jessica Queller and Robert Rovner. The lovely Katie McGrath as Alina Luther. David Harewood as John Jones. Thank you, David. Perfect timing. Our girl of steel, Melissa Benoist. Jeremy Jordan as Win Shot. I'm a Pod Brooks. Stop that. James Olsen, Guardian. And please welcome a brand new person to the cast, Odette Annabelle, who will be playing our villain Rain. And last but certainly not least, Chris Wood, Mon-El. Now, you guys, the lovely Kyler Lee could not make it today because she's with her family right now, going through a little bit of a tough time. So why don't you all tweet her, let her know that we're thinking about her, we love her, we miss her. And just because she's not here doesn't mean we're not going to be talking about Sambers. So don't you worry. Right away, oh my gosh, that teaser trailer, our first look at season 3. Melissa, Kara Danvers was a mistake? I got chills when I watched that the first time. She's typically one of the most optimistic characters on TV. What's going through her mind right now? What's changed?
Well, I think, the first 2 seasons, she's kind of been trying the scales of balancing Kara Danvers and Supergirl, the reporter, and the superhero, and figuring out her identity. And now, where we pick up in season 3, the scale is leaning very heavily on Supergirl, and I think that's how she's coping with this grief of, sending her boyfriend into a giant chasm in space. So.
That's how we all do it.
But Melissa, are we going to be seeing Kara really leaning on her sister Alex for a little bit of that support and that bond through this tough time?
Well, I don't think Alex would let Kara not lean on her. I think everyone at this table is, Martian Manhunter and Wynn and James, and Lena, and she has this core group that you'll see kind of poke and prod her and be like, "Are you okay in there?" Because she doesn't seem okay, does she?
She needs a hug. Robert and Jessica, I'm so excited that you guys are taking the helm of Supergirl right now. You guys, this is our first Comic-Con. Let's give them some love. So happy to be here. Now, as you stepped into these roles and you took a look at the first 2 seasons, what was your goal approaching season 3?
Well, we've been here all along. We just haven't been on the panel.
Yes.
But,
I think it was to continue the show and to follow the characters as we kind of put them in a bad state at the end of last season, and just to move that forward and tell stories that were honest to them.
well, the theme of season 2 really was, can Kara, Supergirl, have it all? Love, work as a journalist, superhero, saving the world. And the theme of season 3 is, what does it mean to be human? And all of the characters will sort of be exploring that question, especially Kara.
Well, there are some fresh faces coming to Supergirl this year, and in order for me to talk to the rest of the cast about certain things, I think that we need to tease who's coming on to the show. Jessica, you want to kick us off?
Well, as we saw in the teaser, we have the brilliant Adrian Pasdar as Morgan Edge, DC villain.
We have Carl Lutley joining the show as Marin Jones. John Jones' father.
Big
And we're
deal.
very excited that Carl voiced John Jones in Justice League, the animated series, so we're very excited to have another legacy cast join us. We also have Emma Tremblay playing the character of Ruby, and we have Yao Gropglass playing the DC villain Sai.
And for those of you who are Jane the Virgin fans, she plays Petra. What I want to know is how much Cat Grant are we going to be getting? Because she's a personal favorite of mine.
We are very excited to tell you that Cat Grant will be in episode 301. And she'll be recurring on and off all season, so Cat Grant is not going anywhere.
Can you please have her share more scenes with Wynn? Because I loved their dynamic at the end of season 2.
Work on that.
What kind of scenes?
Whoa, Jared.
Slow
Whoa,
down, Joe.
Jared.
He likes strong women.
Odette. Hi. Welcome to Supergirl.
Thanks, we get a round of applause for Odette, please. Welcome her.
Now, not only are you coming on as a series regular, you're our new big bad of the season, Rain. In the DC Comics, she's known as a world killer. What can you tell us about her?
Yeah, well, first of all, this rocks. I mean, this is insane. So yes, we know her origin. She left Krypton and now is on Earth. The thing that's so great and so different about this villain, as opposed to, seasons 1 and 2, is that she has a very specific agenda. She's not out to kill everybody she sees. She also doesn't just want to rule the Earth. She has her own reasons for dispensing her justice. That will unfold throughout the season. Is that a nice little teaser? I don't know.
Who have you been sharing most of your scenes with?
I can't share that information, can I?
My job is to bring spoilers to the world.
I can say that I have worked with Melissa a little bit already.
Melissa, how's she doing compared to some of the other villains you've had to face off with?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Jessica and Robert, look away. But I'm really excited for that. One of the things that I loved so much in season 2 was getting to see James really shake things up. You suited up as our vigilante guardian with that amazing shield. Thank you, Wynn. You looked almost as good as Cat Grant sitting in that editor's-in-chief chair. But the one thing is,
No one looks as good as Cat Grant sitting in that chair.
I want even more. Are we going to be seeing James involved even more with Team Supergirl this year?
Yes, we are. We have amazing things in store for James. He's going to have a new love interest. You're going to all be very excited about it. And he's also...
I have many choices.
Who will it be? He's going to step up at Catco, back to his roots as a journalist and photographer in a way that we haven't seen him do fully, that sort of harkens back to Jimmy Olsen's character.
Yes.
And he'll continue in the Guardian role.
Sometimes at the same time, I will take my camera out as the Guardian, and then like whoop somebody's butt and then take a selfie. It's gonna be amazing. I love it. It's gonna be great.
McLeod, what are you most looking forward to with James's journey in this season?
What am I most looking forward to? Love interest.
Oh.
What
Well,
is James looking for in a lady right now?
It's because you can show. I can show a side that you haven't seen from James in a while. So it's like, you can show charm when you have a love interest. So right now I'm a boss and I'm beating people up, and then I want to be sensitive.
He's so soft.
I want to be sensitive too.
I love that we're going to be getting more Wynn and James Guardian team up. What I want to know, is Lyra still a part of the picture, or is it still just a bromance?
That was phrased really strangely.
She's brought up the question, don't worry. No. Sorry. Yeah, no, Lyra and Wynn are still together. They're still dating. They're still going strong. I have to imagine that she, occasionally goes out with Team Guardian, but we haven't quite figured any of that out yet. I don't know. These guys know way more than I do. But, yeah.
We'd love to have her. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've loved what Wynn did with James's Guardian suit. Are we going to be seeing any upgrades, and are we going to be seeing any upgrades to the Supergirl suit anytime soon?
He adds roller skates to mine, so I can make a smooth getaway.
And as for our Girl of Steel?
You know what? I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but Andrew Kreisberg did say he wanted to do a change that involved something very different, but I love my suit.
Yeah.
I
Do you
really
still love
love
it?
it.
Do you still get excited to put it on?
Of course I do, and the cape is so multifunctional. Like, I don't want to lose the cape. Like, I would never lose cape, obviously, but I don't know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Actually, the cape works as a very good air conditioning system when she's
Yeah, I
waving
can
it around.
fan people, I can cover myself up.
Right.
I can make some really cool noises with the leather.
Yeah. It's like a leather snuggie. Yeah, it's cool.
I did notice in our teaser that you had even more blonde locks. It looks really nice.
Oh, thanks. I just had it done.
Hey Chris, all the way down there, how's it going?
Hi, I'm here. I'm
You're
in
actually-
space.
I was gonna say, when we last saw Mon-El, he was escaping Earth,
Something like that, yeah.
saying a tearful goodbye to his girl.
Did you say
and-
cheerful?
Tearful.
Oh, tearful.
Tearful.
That's very opposite.
Very different.
Okay.
But in true Supergirl fashion, his pod got knocked off course, and it looks like he's
Oh,
in the water.
Of course.
Hey, so just
Yeah.
just real casually, where's
Sure.
Mon-El?
Well, he was in a pod, and it was in space.
Robert and Jessica, help him out here.
Robert, you feel this.
Well,
The big.
when Chris is here, and Chris Mon-El will return at some point, but how he does
Mon-El's not going anywhere.
is the central mystery of one of the central mysteries of season 3. So
Well, and
you'll have to stay tuned.
the sort of big thing to look forward to is Mon-El's return. He becomes the new Supergirl. And it's very tight spandex to fill, but I think I'm just the man for her job.
Jessica's over here shaking her head.
I've been doing jazzercise, and they said they wouldn't make new suits, so I've been
He's
fasting
been
for
asking
4
for
months.
months for the suit.
Fasting.
I gave him my spare that I wear occasionally.
Mine won't fit him, so it's weird. But we do enjoy jazzercise together.
Chris and Melissa, Mon-El and Kara, otherwise known as Caramel, did have a really interesting journey in season 2, filled with a lot of ups and downs.
Yes.
We now know that Mon-El will return. Do you think that they can just pick up where they left off, or has too much happened?
I mean, I think the big thing is going to be what actually happens to Mon-El.
Yeah, the circumstances, I think, would dictate that.
Yeah.
But what has been the most rewarding part for you guys to play the evolution of these two characters together?
Just a boy from Daxam and a
Girl from Krypton. I think what was really great was how they started as completely hating each other.
Yeah.
And then they sort of loved each other, but in secret. And they're very dysfunctional.
It was secret for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, secret from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from each other. But then they bicker like an old married couple.
Yeah. What was fun for me in terms of acting it was the humor we got to explore, that kind of moonlighting relationship dynamic, them butting heads and then finding what they have in common, and good old Romeo and Juliet story.
David. Hi, we're getting to meet your father this season.
That's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about that. I'm very excited to be working with Carl.
Carl's so cool.
He's a very cool actor. I love his work, and I'm just very excited to be working with him on this show.
How would you describe their father-son dynamic?
It's not an easy one. I think there's going to be some complications. And Jean always thought he was, the last Green Martian. So it's going to be extraordinary to find that not only is he not the last Green Martian, but the other one is his father. So it's going to be pretty deep, pretty emotional, and I'm just very excited about playing that storyline.
Well, especially because, John has always been the father figure on this show, so it's going to be interesting to see how he reacts when his father comes to town. Are we going to be getting some, Grandpa DEO vibes?
I hope so. We can get a grandpa in the DEO. And I actually say I do like the fact that I've become Space Dad. I think I kind of like that. But Space Dad is going to have a dad. So does that make me Space Grandson? I don't know.
Is Space Dad going to get a Space Girl?
Well, I really enjoyed working with Sharon Neal. I thought she was great. So anytime Miss Martian wants to fly back into town, it's okay by me.
Hey, Katie. Hi. Congratulations on becoming a series regular. I'm so excited.
I think a lot of that is down to you guys in here, so thank you very much.
I loved your portrayal of Lena. I still do. I've got to know, what has been the most rewarding part for you to step into her heels?
I think it's been making such an iconic name my own. The Luther mantle isn't an easy one to have, and it comes with a lot of preconceived notions, and I am very glad I've been able to dispel some of them, encourage some of them, and fully make it my own. And I look forward to doing more of that.
Thanks. We did get to see a little bit of a tease in that trailer. I think Lena accidentally pissed off the wrong person.
Or he accidentally pissed me off.
Oh! What can you tease about that dynamic moving forward?
Guys, I know this is so hard for you, but we have a whole list of things we can say and a whole list of things we can't. So I'm running through them in our head. I think we are all doing the same, so we will get there. I think what's always good when you see two powerful characters butt heads, and that is always going to end up in really great drama. And we've had a couple of days now with Adrian, and he is a delight.
He's awesome.
He is the nicest man and the most evil organized. He switches between the two, and it's quite disconcerting. But from a character point of view, it's always nice when you see two equal minds battling it out. So that's what's coming up, but I feel like I'm going to win.
Well, since we are going to be getting more Lena, what is something that you're really excited to bring to her?
I'm really excited that I hope in season 3 that the relationship that Lena and Cara has sort of expands to take in the rest of the cast and the rest of the cast of characters. So that, I'm really interested to see what happens when Alex is thrown in the mix, because obviously both of us care about Cara's well-being, but I would imagine Alex is slightly distrustful of Luther. So that, I think, would be some good fun scenes. I'm looking forward to playing with everyone here.
Well, and that actually leads me to my next question is, one of the things that I love so much about Supergirl is that it shows a true-to-life sister dynamic, but it also has shown with Cara and with Lena what a real female friendship looks like. It's not girls being pit against each other.
There's nothing catty
There's
about
nothing catty about it. You genuinely watch their friendship blossom. How important is it for you guys to be able to show a friendship like that on screen?
Oh, completely. The
Yeah.
fact that you get to see two women wholeheartedly supporting each other
Yep.
in everything they do, that's rare. There's no cattiness, there's no bitchiness, there's no mean girl. It's
Nope.
just honest friendship, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Honesty even when they disagree and
Yeah.
they
Other
grow
than the
with
big
each
lie
other.
that I don't know that she's super
Yeah, that's a minor glitch that we don't need to talk about, but
Oversight.
But yeah, Melissa, you know, friends share secrets. Could this be the season that finally everyone up here knows who Supergirl is?
I mean, Kat Grant does now, so I feel like she always did.
She always knew.
But I know, I kind of like not knowing. I think part of the magic of the show is the fact that you have people who don't know that they are the same person. You know, and if that has to be me, who's so dumb she doesn't realize that her best friend is, I mean, seriously. But that allows the superhero to be vulnerable because she doesn't have to be the superhero with Lena. She can be just human. And I would be really sad to miss that. I'd miss that in the show if it wasn't there.
Well, Lena's mom had said to Kara when she finds out she's going to be so upset. Do you actually think, like, how do you imagine she would react?
Well, we all know Lena has no problem with aliens, so I don't think that'll be the issue. But I think she will have a problem with the fact that her best friend had lied to her. And I think she would feel that it was another person who didn't trust Luther.
Right.
Who believed she was her last name. So I think that would upset her. But I don't believe she'd have any problem with you being Supergirl, just that you didn't tell her.
We are going to open it up to the fans in just a little bit, but as I said earlier, just because Kyler and Floriana could not make it with us today doesn't mean that we weren't going to talk about Sandvers, one of my all-time favorite couples. What can you tease? When we last left off, Maggie popped the question. We didn't get the answer. Alex popped the question to Maggie. We didn't get an answer, but Maggie did have a gorgeous smile on her face. What can you tease about what's coming next?
Well, I think most of you know that Floriana is not able to return for the full season, which was a great disappointment to us. But that said, we have an amazing, beautiful story to tell in her remaining episodes that is emotional and modern and really honors the love between these two women. And she is always welcome to come back to our show whenever she's available. We love Maggie, we love Sandvers, and we are devoted to them forever.
Melissa, how do you think Kara is going to react when she finds out that her sister popped the question?
I mean, she'll do what Kara does for Alex and support her no matter what. And I don't think she'll be surprised. I don't think any of them will be surprised.
With Alex this season, we got some amazing footage of her in that sizzle reel, looking like a badass as usual. What is her journey going to be like in season 3?
Well, her journey, like the others, is kind of dealing with her humanity and kind of, she's been on this love story where we've evolved her character and she's fallen in love, and she'll be kind of weighing that against her work in the DEO and kind of struggling with managing those two sides of her life.